Welcome back to Talking Story. I got a special guest co-anchor today. Pooh Bear wanted to talk about books. He loves books. He loves to sleep on my feet while I read books. Books are very important to him. So, yeah. He just wanted to take part today and see everybody on a Sunday. One of my favorite parts of Sunday is hanging out with everybody, catching up on the Weekly Reader because it is Weekly Reader time, and it is Super Bowl Sunday, so we're going to get this out a little bit early before everybody parks it in front of the TV, starts rooting for the Chiefs or the Niners. What are you picking? Who are you picking? Who are you picking tonight? He's not a football fan. So we wanted to get this out here soon before you guys get too much into your party and hanging out with family and friends and watching the big game. So we're coming at you a little bit early, and let's get right into it, Pooh. There's no reason to wait, right? What did we read this week? We wrapped up a very special book this week, A Song for Our Bone, by Guy Gavriel Kay. This was my first Guy Gavriel Kay read. I was so excited to get to it because so many people are saying he's the best writer in fantasy. I know Josh at Red Fury Books picked this as his favorite book last year. Joanna picked it as her favorite book last year or the year before, I can't remember. And I was just so excited, and it absolutely lived up to all the hype. It was amazing. If you think about what's the most important thing in your life, and it may be a little different for everybody. For some people, it might be their faith. It might be their family. It might be their country. It might be their friends. It might be their own Pooh Bear. Whatever it is, this covers it. It covers the whole kit and caboodle of human experience and what matters to us and what's most important to us. And also, it covers how art allows us to express that importance, what it means to us, how we can express that, how that expression can actually change a character's entire arc or a person's life, that expression. And it just absolutely lived up to every hope I could possibly have had. And I also loved the language. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was a lot of the rhythms of song because it is a book about troubadours and poetry and songs. And the ending is just a full-on knock it out of the park homer. He absolutely, every breadcrumb he lays, he pays off in an astonishing way. There's not a lot of books that I can remember just setting it down and just that I'm satisfied on every level, every bit of that ending. You had the height of the conflict. You had the emotional, gut-wrenching endings that you were wanting for about these mysteries of this family drama. And you just had everything tied up with a beautiful, beautiful bow on it. And I will say, the biggest compliment I can pay to a book coming from the theater, there is Bertrand Del Taller. I would smack somebody in the face, not you, Pooh. I would smack somebody in the face to have a chance to play that role. Oh, an aging Lothario looking back on his life that he never imagined would be this long, and he's been trying to fill this hole of romance that he had lost when he was a younger man, and he just can't fill it. On top of that, he's one of the most important leaders of his country. He's probably one of the best swordsmen in his country. He's an absolute Renaissance man. Oh, and did I mention he's probably the poet of his generation in a country that deifies expression and poetry. What a character, what a tortured character, what an amazing character. And he is one of many that are in this book, but oh, what an amazing role. If I was younger and had the possibility to play it, I would do everything to play that role. And that's the biggest compliment I can possibly give a book. If you haven't read GGK yet, wow, what are you waiting for? Get out there. And, I can't remember if I finished Book of Love by Kelly Link last week or this week before I started this. If I finished it, I've got a full review of that out. Check it out. I'm not going to say much about it here. That one did. It was one of the most anticipated books, and it did somewhat let me down a little bit. Not a little bit. It let me down. I was definitely let down. Yeah, Pooh was let down too. So when I wrapped this up, I immediately started my indie read of the month. I picked up Spider King by Jacqueline Hagan, and This, guys, this is one of my favorite indie series. I mean, I kind of felt it after Wickwire Watch. Wickwire Watch, she lays down so many mysteries, not only in her physical world that she's building, but also in like the metaphysical world. Also, imagine there are worlds within worlds within worlds in that Michael Moorcroft multiverse way, or that Lovecraftian way of this reality may just be the tip of the iceberg, what's out there beyond. So now in book 2, and I'm getting close to halfway. I'll probably be about 300 pages in before the night's over, because I'm not a big 49ers or Chief fan, so I'm probably going to read. So this is everything I wanted, because she lays all those mysteries out. She lays all those mysteries out in book 1, and in book 2, she narrows her lens down. In book 1, she's kind of sectioning off the book in parts and going to different places to bring up different mysteries, different political mysteries, different things happening, different characters. And in this, she narrows her lens down to that ragtag band that we started to know and love in book 1, and she really focuses in on them, and she starts to answer those questions because they are themselves on a journey. He's had enough. They are themselves on a journey to get answers themselves. So she kind of narrows it down and focuses on them and follows them on that journey as they start investigating and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. So you're starting to piece the puzzle together, and oh, it's so juicy. It's so good. It's so good. If you like that gas lamp, steampunk, mystery, little bit of a horror vibe, amazing fantasy world building, characters that you're actually starting to care about more and more and more as each book goes on. And the answers are coming. I cannot say enough. If you have not tried indie yet, give this series a shot. It is fun. It is mysterious. It is charming in buckets. And I really, really am enjoying this. And what comes after that, I'll probably finish this early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there. After that, man, I am back on the buddy read with all my buds. If you haven't checked out the first discussion we had, the first panel we had on Forgetting Moon, the first book in this trilogy that I think, let me double check. I'm not sure. I've heard that all 3 are published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. And I think that's the case. But we had our first discussion on that first book, Forgetting Moon, and right after I finish Spider Key, I am going into, look at that. You could do some damage with that. I could play defensive end again with some of that action. That's a hefty one, and I'm going to go right into it because I got to be ready for our second panel that's coming, I think, at the beginning of March when we discuss The Blackest Heart, Book 2 of Brian Lee Durfee's trilogy. And I got to say, I'm pretty excited to get back. I'm pretty excited to check this out, and I'm extremely excited. Anyone that is reading this with us, you know what I mean. I'm pretty excited to see if I got hashtag Team Dookie actually happening. Doki Dookie. I don't know. I like Dookie. Hashtag Team Dookie. I want to see it. I want t-shirts if it happens. So I'm excited to get back to that. This past week, we had a great week on the channel. We did our January book haul, and it was out of control, as it normally is around here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe this month, I think I'm calming down. I'm trying breathing exercises, and I think that is curbing my need to buy a bunch of books. Pooh tells me I should just focus on buying treats, so maybe I'm doing that. He likes the kind in the big red box. So we're gonna. After that, last week we did the book haul, and we did the official review of Book of Love, Kelly Link's Book of Love. That review is out there. If you have any interest in that book, I believe it drops this coming week on the 13th. I got the review out early. I wasn't blown away. I think there's a couple great Kelly Link short stories, but when she stretched that out over to 600 pages, it lost me quite a bit in some of the meandering, and I cover all that in my review, so check it out. Boo Bear's wandering around the studio. Hey, buddy. So, come here. I'm going to corral him. All right, I got him. Okay, so what do we got coming for this week? Tuesday, we have a live stream. It is time for our Talking with Tubers. And oh my gosh, who do we have? We got Austin and Richard, both from Two to Ramble. We're all three going to hang out. I cannot wait. I don't know what we're going to get into, but we may shut down the internet. I don't know. There might be some things thrown around that nobody wants to hear about. We're going to start on books. Who knows where we're going to go. These guys crack me up every time. I love their spirit. I love their camaraderie. I love their channel, so I can't wait to meet and talk to them. That is going to happen Tuesday night, a live stream, Talking with Tubers. That's coming up this week. And we're going to wrap up this week because it is Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day. And when you find your soulmate, who you want to spend your life with and love, right? It's so special and important. So I am going to do a list on Thursday of some of my favorite couples from fantasy and sci-fi and horror. Some of my favorite couples from reading these past months, these past years. I'm going to put a list together of my favorite couples in book form in the genres that we love. So that's going to be coming up on Thursday. And last week, oh my God, how can I forget this? If you guys haven't checked out Why I Read on Joanna's channel, me and Christopher Nava were on there yesterday. Oh my God, we talked for I think it was over 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. It felt like it was maybe an hour. It was just like hanging out with friends. It was so awesome. And I love her channel so much. She talks about the deep stuff, the philosophical stuff, and she always hits you with that question right off the bat of why do you read? And it's like the bright lights hit. I hope I had a decent answer. Check it out. I absolutely had a wonderful time, and thank you so much, Joanna, for having me on. And next week after that, we'll be right back here Sunday for another weekly reader to catch up everything that we've done, like napping and having treats and having breakfast and second breakfast. Second breakfast is the best. And what else have we been getting up to? Let's see. We've been watching some TV. I actually did watch the Marvels because I've seen all the other Marvel movies, and this one hit Disney Plus, so why not watch it? It was okay. They just can't capture that magic again, and I just think a lot of it is casting. I believe these icons were strutting across the screen when we had Iron Man and Captain America and all the others, and you just go back again and again, and it's building this unbelievable culmination of all these films and all these years of investment of you watching, and they've just lost more than a step. It wasn't bad, but it's almost like they now have a Marvel playbook that they have to play to. They can't do anything else. Here's the moment where we get irreverent. Here's the moment where we make a music joke. Here's the moment where, and it's like, it's just, they got to mix it up. I hope they mix it up soon. It was okay, but not great. And other than that, I wrapped up Lincoln Lawyer, had a great time with that, and I kind of wanted to stay with some Michael Connelly characters. So I went right over to the season that I had not watched, the last season of Bosch Legacies, and I've been catching up on that. I think I only got 3 episodes left, so after that I'm going to have to leave the Michael Connelly universe for TV and do something else. But that kind of wraps it up for me. I think that's it for me and Pooh Bear. I hope you guys have an amazing Super Bowl Sunday. I hope you guys have nothing but 5-star reads this coming week. And hey, before you take off, right down there, that little thumbs up. If you haven't hit that yet, and hey, you've stopped by a couple times or two, maybe this is your first time, right by that thumbs up is that subscribe button. Just take my word for it. Take my word for it. Click that bad boy. Just click it. And it feels good. I'm telling you, you're going to walk around going, oh, that felt good. That feels right. I can hang out and talk about books over and over again now with this guy and Pooh Bear. He may be back. Who knows? He runs the house. You never know where he's going to turn up. So just do it. Trust me, it's going to feel good. Thank you guys so much. I have enjoyed this more than you'll ever know. more than hanging out with Pooh Bear, hanging out with you guys. So thanks so much. That's the end of another weekly reader for me. My name is John Minton, and I hope your team wins tonight, whoever you're rooting for. And this has been Talking Story.